him from getting to the rim. Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar in this league.
That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Beal's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Cavs. Bradley against Rozier. Kicks to Embiid. And he gets it to go from the high post. And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah. Well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
It's up a three, and it's Gordon missing. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Bulls in Chicago. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, he came coming out of college. He's gotten much stronger and much better in a short period of time. Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
Here's Bradley, and he goes in for the dunk.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
Greg, that's about as a high percentage a look as you're going to get running the floor beautiful.
The shot's good from Nance. Well, you look back at the title team for the Pistons. There were a lot of them. Chris, which team was your favorite?
Oh, man. Well, growing up in Detroit, I'd have to go back to the Bad Boys in 89, 90, just watching them get through Boston and then, dominate the Bulls at that time. They went back-to-back winning championships. That was incredible. And it was something special, though, about my boys in the 2014. Sheed, Ben Wallace, Rip, those guys. That was fun to watch as well.
And it's Gallinari missing. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pass to Rozier. Here's Mikhailuk. Nance outside, just 5 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Embiid, no good. Cavaliers trailing. And here is Beal. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, and as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, that's something that they scouted him coming into tonight. They know he can make this shot. That's a poor effort defensively.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Passes it to Mikhailuk. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played in the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, or I remember never entering a preseason with so much hope because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that year.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Well, that's 3 straight German League titles for Daniel Theis. I mean, before he made his NBA debut at the age of 24, he's an athletic two-way player, and he's shown he belongs.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And last season, Daniel Theis shooting over 40% from long range. And Chris, over 75% around the rim.
Yeah, Kevin, when you call that great efficiency, both inside and out. New contract this summer to reward his terrific play.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Cleveland. For Detroit, they've gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Rozier against Bradley. And there's the pass to Snell. Here's Embiid. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Can't let Embiid get comfortable inside. When he's this close, he's adept at burning the defense.
Pass to Theis. Back to Bradley. Gallinari outside. Shoots over Embiid. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Back to Rozier. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Pass to Brown. Here's Rozier. He's covered by Beal. Back to Brown. Rozier for 3. It's rebounded by Theis. The Cavaliers shooting just about an even 40% to start. Rebound, Detroit.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And guys, it's clear though he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
Gallinari down low. Rozier defending. That one falls. Gallinari's got his second basket of the game. 1:52 left here in the opening quarter. Passes it to Maker. And it's Rozier, top the key. No good, shot missing. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Bradley and Embiid with the block.
Awesome timing on the rejection. Embiid, the big fella. You don't want to bring it in around this guy. Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
The pass to Theis. Dishes to Gallinari. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Cavaliers have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Scotty's checked in for Detroit. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Cleveland. Exum comes in for Avery Bradley. Gallinari hits them both.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Pass to Maker. He kicks it to Snell. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Pistons lead by 5.
And that's smart basketball. Maker showing nice awareness there, spotting the open man.
Exum passes to Gallinari. 29 seconds left to play here in the first. No good on that one. Snell dishes to Scott. Rozier with the ball. He has 6, and that one drops. Rozier's got 8.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
There's Beal with the 3, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Detroit, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Bradley Beal is out there with Exum, and it's Chandler. Then there's Daniel Tice, and it's Gallinari in at the 3. Outside, Beal. From the top of the key, and there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game. Detroit making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Then for the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson comes in for Daniel Tice. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Gallinari. Pistons leading by 9. Brown feeling out a bit. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Pass to Exum. Outside for Beal. Shoots over Brown. Rebounded by Snell. Snell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Gordon with no one around. They grab their own miss. Scott can't get it to go. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Cavaliers. In the second quarter, held scoreless. Yes, that goes in.
Oh, you love how Beal rises over the D. He loves out-muscling them at every turn.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
The Pistons shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
That's good from Snell. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
Larry Nance is checked in for the Pistons. Scott the pass to Gordon. Brown outside. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the D. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
Passes to Exum. Now here's Thompson. He's covered by Brown. Thompson dishes to Beal. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
He is so hard to stop. I mean, when Bill is committed to scoring, he doesn't care who's guarding him.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Thompson outside. Back to Beal. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blaze the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player, I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives who bringing awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give him a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. 6 to shoot. Here's Gordon. Beal with the block. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Bradley's checked in for Beal. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Now the pass to Thompson. Now here's Exum. He's covered by Brown. And Thompson kicks to Exum. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Up top, Nance. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Nance finds Brown. Just 5 on the clock. And the basket by Gordon.
Well, yeah, the touch, the timing. You got to know how Gordon is a threat to shoot off the pass.
Exum passes to Thompson. Hayward outside. Back to Thompson. Pass to Exum. Kicks it out to Leonard. Hayward up top. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass. Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Here's Exum. Pass to Thompson. Now Hayward. It's hauled in by Brown. Pass to Mikhailuk. Knocked away. It's stolen by Bradley. Down low. Exum kicks to Bradley. Back to Exum. Gordon against Hayward. Knocked loose. And the rejection by Embiid. Count it. Thompson's got his first points in this one. Detroit leading by 6. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
Rozier, who's checked in for Bruce Brown. Then for the Cavaliers, Daniel Tice is checked in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Gallinari in for Gordon Hayward. Nance finds Gordon. Leonard against Nance. Rozier the pass to Nance. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Gordon. Over Exum. That one off the back iron and out.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Outside Bradley. To the paint. Now Exum. Lays it up and banks it in. And now just a 4-point Piston lead.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's the pass to Mikhailuk. Kicks it to Gordon. Nance in the post. It's rebounded by Cleveland. It's off to Charlotte for them after this game as they take on the Hornets. 7-game road trip continues for them. That'll be game number 3. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pistons lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels...
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Earning from the get-go, it was Detroit who came out strong. Their lead at one point was up to 7. And that...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Larry Nance out there with Joel Embiid. And there's Gordon. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, as long as Beal is active behind the three-point line, he's going to keep the D scrambling. He demands a lot of attention out there.
And Nance now atop the key. Back to Rozier. There's the dish to Nance. Over Hayward. Got a piece of it.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Here's Beal. Buried from 15 feet out. Beal's got 13.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
Rozier kicks to Gordon. Off target from three-point range.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
That one good for 2. Gallinari's got the lead up to 3 now for the Cavs.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Embiid, the pass to Rozier. Outside Gordon. Will it go? They get it back. No good with the layup.
This was not what they had in mind coming out of the locker room at halftime. 4 shots so far and nothing to show for it.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
They double-team Beal. Back to Bradley. Hayward looking around. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Bradley. That time on the assist by Hayward. Now it's a 7-point Cavalier lead. So Rozier will bring it up for Detroit. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for Gordon Hayward. Bradley against Rozier. Thompson left side. Beal gets a wide open look. Another shot. Chandler, no good. Pistons trail by 7. In the foul on Avery Bradley. That's his first foul. Brown is checked in for the Pistons. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Daniel Tice is checked in for Tristan Thompson. Here's Rozier. 8 points for him. To end the cold streak. The shot, no good. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Beal deciding where to go with it. Now, here's Tice. Clock at 6. Chandler kicks to Bradley. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute to it.
Mikhailuk passes to Embiid. Banked in off the glass. Embiid's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by the Cavaliers.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. We just got to make sure they protect him.
Nance passes to Mikhailuk. Chandler against Embiid. Over Chandler. Tyson Chandler grabs the board. And here's Cleveland. They've got a 13-2 run going. Outside Bradley. And it's blocked by Brown. Yes! And the foul. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Both teams will make substitutions. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got 4 rebounds in this game.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Gallinari surveying the D. Kicks it out to Bradley. It's good from long range. Bradley's got the lead up to 10 now for the Cavs.
They lost their edge on D here in the second half. I mean, far too passive. They're not dictating the pace anymore.
Here's Snell. 6 points for him. Pass to Maker. And it's blocked. Now Cleveland moving it up. Beal's running. Gallinari on the wing. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. And it's a 12-point Cavalier lead.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Brown. Scott with the ball. Shoots over Leonard. Scott, good. Scott's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Beal, the pass to Bradley. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Takes it off the glass.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Detroit. A 12-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. But they'll get another chance.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Beal from long range. Detroit with the rebound. The 19-foot shot. And that one is off. And so it's Cleveland. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regular. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
The men, we got to get down and get engaged.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Myers Leonard is out there with Hayward. Then there's Avery Bradley. Then there's Daniel Tice. And it's Beal in at the two-guard position. Poked away and stolen by Gordon. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. They get it back. Brown. It's deflected. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's Bradley. And Makers sends it back.
Proving he can be an active defender. Great hustle from Makers to stifle the shooter.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Clearly a foul.
There's always at least one joker on every roster. Who was the funniest guy, Chris, you ever played alongside?
Oh, man, by far is Jay Will. Jay Will, White Chalker, he was the funniest before the game, after the game, during the game. He would, you know, it'd be a bad call by a ref or something. He'd say something to the ref would laugh and pat him on the butt. I mean, he's a funny guy. He's somewhere right now telling jokes, having somebody laugh and fall out on the floor. It was just his personality, a hard worker, but he definitely was the joker on the court.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
And the basket by Rozier.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, oh, that's all about feel.
Bradley dishes to Beal. With some arc, and it's good on the layup. Beal's got 9 points here in the second half.
Love the touch on that floater right there. Bill has this shot down to a science.
Scott kicks to Gordon. Shoots over Beal. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. The Cavaliers leading by 9. Bradley passes to Thompson. Hayward goes in, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
Oh, yeah, no question what they'll be talking about in this timeout. They need to figure out some way to slow him down.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Chandler's checked in. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Bill is so dangerous in the open floor. He can burn you with his speed, his shooting, in pretty much every way.
Pistons trail by 13. Gordon the pass to Embiid. Rozier with the ball. A second chance effort, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Cleveland.
Hard to guard Embiid without fouling. He's awesome at forcing the defense's hand. I mean, literally.
The first one falls. More star players changing teams. The word tampering comes up, Chris. Is the league striking the right balance on enforcement?
Oh, yes. And, you know, Commissioner Silver, he knows all the tricks. He doesn't want it to be a police state, but he knows a wink from a wink.
Right,
you know what I mean? So you got to draw some lines. But, again, how do you stop it? I mean, you know, if I'm playing on the Lakers and I say, wow, you know, I think Anthony Davis has the best eyebrows in the world. You know, you got to let me say that. And, you know, if that's recruiting, it's recruiting. So it's a fine line. And hopefully the players have some fun with it. And hopefully Commissioner Silver does his best to police it while everyone at the same time is working through the contempt.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Beal. Rebound, Detroit. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Oh, Nance in position. That shot off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Yep, that one goes. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Hey, who's watching them?
Here's Gordon. He feeds it to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Getting off the ground fast. Embiid is an absolute animal when it comes to hammering it home.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Bradley Beal.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Here's Embiid. The shot missing. Good D by Thompson.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
With the second half he's having, I mean, his field goal percentage is way up there.
Outside Gordon. Passes it to Embiid. Gets a very good look and converts. Embiid's got 6 points in the quarter.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Outside Bradley. He dishes it to Beal. Good work there as it goes. Beal's got 24.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy
And there's J.J. Barea. And it's Doncic in a shooting guard. And for the Rockets, they got P.J. Tucker. Rose is out there with Harden. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Boy, he's so dangerous in these situations. Doncic just has a good sense for what he needs to do based on the situation.
Kept alive.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Pass to Barea. Kicks it to Butler. Now Doncic. 38 points for him last game against Denver.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof. And I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
Barea, the pass to Porzingis. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Snatched up. A three ball connects from three-point range.
Really easy to understand why many are high on Porzingis. This guy is a terrific offensive player.
Here's Harden. Got a hand on it. They get it back. Moves back up. Offensive rebound. Here's Drummond. They shoot again. Missed it, even after all those chances. And here is Butler. Good D by Covington. And you know, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
You know, Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. You know, he grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
Tucker finds Harden. Drummond trying to get himself free. Nice D from Doncic.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
The Rockets again can't hit. Mavericks leading by 5. It's to Porzingis. Now here's Barea. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Rockets with the rebound.
And well, when you let the shot clock run down that far, that's the kind of shot you're going to end up with.
Rose, no good. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The pass to Porzingis. He kicks to Butler. Over Harden. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Rockets trail by 5. Covington passes to Rose. Trying to end the drought. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
You know, one of the things you can't allow Rose to do, guys, is to find his comfort zone from there, because he'll get into a rhythm and torch you.
Porzingis trying to get free. The offensive rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that we get in March and April.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Drummond. Daniel House comes in for P.J. Tucker. Jamari Carroll's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Jordan McRae in for Rose. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Mo Wagner comes in for Christian Wood. Torrey and Finney Smith checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Wright in for J.J. Barea. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. They trail by one. Doncic with the steal. Fast break Dallas. Goes up. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Doncic using quick active hands. The fast break started beautifully because of it.
Harden against Wright. Harden the pass to McRae. Back to Harden. Over Wright. Harden can't hit.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
Doncic kicks to Wright. Passes it to Wagner. Lock at 6. Here's Doncic. His three-pointers off the mark. Rockets trail by 3. And it's Carroll in the corner. They get the rebound. Here is House. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The 3 from Harden. The rebound by Marjanovic.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Well, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Pass to Marjanovic. 6 to shoot. Finney Smith passes to Wright. From deep. The shot that time, not on target. And the Rockets take it the other way. Harden has a wide open look. Here's Hernan Gomez. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
And McLemore, he's checked in for Houston. Got that bucket in no time at all. Finney Smith's got 5 now.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Harden with it. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game. Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. You learn about Jimmy Butler, the difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind.
Well, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Hernan Gomez. McRae is out there with Harden. Then it's McLemore, and it's House in at the 4. The 3 from Harden, drills it from outside. Harden's got his second bucket tonight.
And Harden is a laser, a straight-out gunner from deep. Has confidence in his long ball, and, you know, the defense has to get out on him from out there.
Now, here's Doncic, guarded by McLemore. Elbow shot is on the way. And another basket for Dallas.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
Harden outside. Houston moving the ball around. No good from outside. Dallas leading by 7. Releases. Doncic, no good. Harden the pass to McRae. Now here's McLemore. Not a lot of room. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Look, we've talked about footwork, but a player's hands, how he catches, how he passes, the use of his hands are huge. And there are a couple guys out there that are great at that.
Kawhi Leonard has got some mitts unlike any other in the league. I mean, he's not that tall. He's long-armed, and his hands are humongous. That ball looks like a tennis ball in his hands. Not only are they big, they're good. He's active with them on defense, and he's very strong in how he handles the ball offensively. You know, I think about a guy in terms of maybe not size, but really good hands. Jokic, his hands are phenomenal.
Now here's Barea, guarded by McLemore. Barea, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Tucker, and Houston again with the bucket.
Yeah, filling out the defense, Tucker gets the look he wants from mid-range.
Barea, the pass to Butler. Outside, Porzingis. And stolen by Drummond. Pass to Tucker. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Unselfishness, always admirable in a basketball player. And Covington, consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
On the pass to Porzingis. Over Drummond. They can't stop the run with that one.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And that one, good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And the Mavericks call time here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
You know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Damari Carroll's checked in for the Rockets. To the right side. Loads it up for Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
And how about the leaping ability? Butler gets off the ground so fast, especially on these alley-oops.
Here's Rose. Porzingis with the block. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. Out to Porzingis. Lets it go with the 3. The Rockets pull it in.
You know, he hasn't made any threes this quarter after sinking just the 1 in the first.
Tucker can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Wright. And it's 8 points for Porzingis.
Boy, the defense has to chase Porzingis off that line now, guys. I mean, he's a legitimate shooter from there.
Rose passes to Carroll. Outside, Covington. 5 on the clock. From deep. The Rockets again can't hit.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
And the level of detail that Robert Covington approaches defense with is just phenomenal. He is always prepared for his matchup.
Yeah, and that's why he's an outstanding defender, Kevin, because he's got the physical attributes. He's got excellent speed and quickness for a guy of his size, good length and strength, outstanding hands. But he does a nice job of studying his opponent and what he needs to do to be effective defensively. I think he's one of the better defenders in the game and on the wing.
Here's Barea. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
J.J. Barea has speed to burn. I mean, he's shifty, he's quick, and because of that, he's extremely valuable as a decision maker and scorer. Great competitor.
That free throw good from Barea. McRae's checked in for Robert Covington. Then for the Mavericks, Mo Wagner comes in for Christian Wood. And Doncic is subbed in for DeLon Wright. Tucker dishes to Rose. Basket good. Rose has got his third basket of the night.
With his bounce and body control, easy to see why Rose is aggressive there.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Outside, Porzingis. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
1:16 left now here in the second. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Doncic finds Barea. The shot by Butler, nobody around. No good on the three. Houston's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Butler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The well put together Butler proving that he's just a little too strong there, not allowing the physical defense to stifle him at all.
Rose kicks to McRae. Drummond trying to get himself free, and the shot no good from McRae. Passes to Barea. To the left side wing. Here's Porzingis. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a... Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up. And that does it for our half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. They've got J.J. Barea. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Wood. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. Count the basket and the foul. That one on Rose.
You know, that's just simply outstanding focus. Butler is used to getting hit on the way up, expects to be bumped and jostled around, and still muscles his shots in.
Rose against Barea. Puts it up from 17. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Derrick Rose.
Coaching staff has to be pleased seeing this from Rose. Proving he can break down the defense in these sets. Nice.
Covington against Butler. Pass to Barea. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Porzingis. No good on that one. Good D by Drummond. Outside, Covington. Rose passes to Covington. Kicks it to Drummond. For the tie. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Rose has got it all tied up now for Houston.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Pass to Doncic. And there's the pass to Barea. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
And, you know, Barea is a fairly consistent three-point threat. You can't sleep on him out there.
Rose goes in. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far. Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense. Moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Not a piece of it. They recover it. And it's Drummond missing. Dallas leading by 3. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on James Harden. And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
That free throw good from Doncic. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Covington, the bounce pass. On deep, McLemore sinks the triple.
You know, Robert Covington is a decent passer at his position. He has a good feel for when to share the ball.
Passes it to Doncic. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Boy, I think they've lost their intensity. I mean, the defensive pressure is lacking this half.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
Wagner, he's checked in for Butler. There's McLemore, and McLemore slams it in.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Doncic. Again, the Mavericks score.
Well, this is who Doncic is. This is what we've seen from him. A scorer who can take over games easily.
It's Harden with the drive. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 7.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. Pass to Finney Smith. Back to Marjanovic. Poke loose. Now here's Covington. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Incredible looking pull-up from Covington. I mean, he's a tremendous shooter who prides himself on knocking down rhythm shots.
Right, the pass to Doncic. Sinks that one from the post. Doncic has got 10 points in just the second half.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Outside, Covington. Pass to Hernangomez. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. James Harden, #1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
No good on the free throw. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Rockets. Jordan McRae comes in for McLemore. Good on the second free throw.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely. The shot will not fall. Harden right side. And the jam by Harden.
Now, you can't sleep on this guy's finishing ability. He loves getting room to throw it down on you. And he'll put you in a poster if you let it.
The pass to Doncic. A minute 50 left to play in the third. Lets the three fly. That one's rebounded by McRae.
You know, after connecting on one three-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Here is House. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Yeah, not a perfectly set screen there, but got in just enough room to get that shot off.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Harden against Wright. Here's Hernan Gomez. Passes it to McRae. Over Doncic. That one a little long. Mavericks trail by 3.
And if they're thinking, they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Well, we'll see if they have the awareness to realize that.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the strike.
Houston making some changes. Andre Drummond's checked in for Daniel House. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for James Harden. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And Barea subbed in for Wright. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Finney Smith. And the layup's good off the glass. Finney Smith's got his third bucket of the night. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Now Rose. Goes up on the high post. Off on that one. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Mavericks ahead. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Rebounds and loose balls. We got to get them.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. P.J. Tucker is out there with Hernan Gomez. And it's Rose. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's McRae in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Barea kicks to Porzingis. It's rebounded by Houston. Drummond's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeded. No good from Hernan Gomez. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a 1-point game. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Yeah, Porzingis showing you persistence there, just doing a nice job staying with it and finding a way to capitalize.
Robert Covington's checked in for Hernan Gomez. That free throw good from Porzingis. And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
A nice shot by Barea.
And Barea, with that low center of gravity of his, keeps the ball close to the ground, and good luck trying to stop that guy.
To the inside. Pass to McRae. Shoots over Doncic, and the shot no good from McRae. Dallas leading by 4. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And Doncic gets it to go.
Oh, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
Here's Rose. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Porzingis. free throw drops for Rose.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there. And that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Berea dishes to Doncic. It's to Porzingis. Here's Butler. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's. Here's McRae. Houston gets it back. Porzingis with the block. Doncic feeling it out. He can't get it to go. Good D by Drummond. McRae passes to Rose. Inside. Here's Drummond. Banked in off the glass.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Floats it up for Butler. Very pretty alley-oop layup. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Saturday, they'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns. And then on Monday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Houston making a switch. Harden's checked in. And the basket by Rose.
Boy, this is Pete Rose at his best. An attacking, slashing guard who breaks down the defense easily.
Dallas calls timeout. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Can't connect from long distance. Up top, Covington. Guarded by Doncic. Down low. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Rose.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Doncic outside. Over Drummond. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Well, I think this is exactly what the coaching staff wants from Doncic, guys. I mean, being aggressive and committed to scoring the ball, looking for his shot.
Here's Rose. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Outside Butler. He feeds it to Doncic. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle skills for the Mavericks?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Boy, Butler doing a nice job taking advantage of the open man. Good quick pass there.
Harden with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Hammers the alley-oop through. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 16 rebounds.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from James Harden.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Back to Beal. From outside, off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And the shot goes in. Now just a 2-point Dallas lead.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Dallas calls timeout. They're ahead by 2. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And so here is Dallas. Porzingis at the elbow. The shot comes out. Good D by Drummond. Feeds it to Harden. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff. It's right in his wheelhouse. Make somebody else shoot it.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Correa with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Here's Porzingis. Misses off the right eye. And here's Houston. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Rose. Good.
Boy, right now it's really tough to stop Rose.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Correa to the wing on the left. Porzingis inside. Working on Drummond. Porzingis can't hit. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
It's good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Harden with it. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Frames it from downtown.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 5 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Well, they'll need a very quick basket out of this timeout.
Yeah, and even if they get it and then get a quick foul, I'm not sure there's enough time even under that scenario.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching.